Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Chaudhry. I hope you're safe and well. Now, today, I'm delighted to be joined by Renan Jeol, who is the Managing Director of the Packaging Division at Easy Fairs. And actually, he was only recently promoted, so congratulations, Renan.
Thank you.
And we're going to be talking about the upcoming Connecting Pharma event, which is running in Geneva next week on the 14th and 15th. We're going to find a bit more about the event and why we've actually got another packaging event. So, Renan, first of all, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Rizwan, I'm the type of guy that I talk a lot. So if I am speaking too much, you can cut me off, yeah, no problem. But why another packaging event? I remember 1.5 years ago, I got a message from our chairman, Eric Everard, and he said, why don't we try to launch something on the pharma market? And at that time, COVID had hit, and we thought that the trend would be that companies would be looking more to niche and local shows instead of like the big ones,
sure,
due to travel restrictions, etc. Then this is where it started. We did a very extensive research in probably 12 markets across Europe. And then we found out that Switzerland obviously is a big market, and there was no show in Geneva. And we met a guy called Wilfred Phipps, who had the similar idea, and then we joined forces, and then we launched Connecting Pharma. And the beauty about Connecting Pharma is that, yes, it is a packaging event for the pharmaceutical industry, but you also have drug delivery systems, which other events also have. But we have key CMOs and CDMOs within the show, exhibiting at the show, and all the processes that are serving those 3 pillars of the show. So actually, the show covers a big width of exhibitors, a big chain in the pharma market. And I think we found a niche, and we've been very successful. We just reached our target for first edition, which is 90 exhibitors. And we have the Congress Center in Palexpo filled up. And actually, if you look at our website and check the exhibitors that we have like the biggest ones, either on packaging or drug delivery systems or CDMOs or even processes for packaging.
Fantastic. So you're right. That was very good, actually, because I didn't even get to ask any real questions and you went straight into it. So you've already preempted me already there, Renan. So you talked about the event next week. So what are some of the topics? I know it's not just an exhibition. You've got a conference running alongside, and you've got some talks and presentations. So what are some of the things that you're actually covering at the event?
Okay, it's a 2-day event. Yeah, we have 2 streams of content. One stream of content is purely the pharmaceutical companies addressing issues regarding packaging, drug delivery systems production, and decentralized production, and the relationship between CDMOs and also the pharmaceutical companies, and the trends regarding this. And on the other track, we have the exhibitors that are bringing the innovation to the pharma companies. Most shows, they have what people are tired of listening, which are sales pitches. And our intention is not to have things like this. We actually picked the best in class in terms of supplying to pharma companies, and they will be kind of like giving us an overview of the new trends and the new launches that they will have in the upcoming financial year. And this is a project that we launched, I think 8 months ago, the content program. And we have the likes of Lonza, we have Roche, we have Gerresheimer, BD, we have Catalent as well on the program, like big names of the pharma industry. We also have, we shouldn't forget, the first sustainability award at the show. And the award addresses 2 things. The first one is the circularity of the packaging and of the packaging involved in either the drug delivery system or primary and secondary packaging for OTC drugs, and also the design. So we also want to show that design matters in the pharma industry. I come from a packaging background. I run 5 shows across Europe in packaging for luxury, for FMCG, aerosol packaging, like covering everything. And design in this industry is key because it's more like branding. But also we shouldn't forget about design in the pharmaceutical industry. Design is also related to patient adherence and other topics that shouldn't be taken for granted. And we have like industry specialists that have done like an amazing job in choosing the right people that will win this award. And the award will be announced on the first day of the show at 3:15. Don't miss it.
Oh, well, I'll be there, so hopefully I won't miss it. As long as you make sure you send me the press release, so I can upload it. So,
Yeah.
so that's fantastic. And actually, viewers, what I will do was the shortlist has already been announced, and I'll put the link to the shortlist above this video so you can have a look at the companies who've been shortlisted, as well as, of course, the link to the event, which we have forgotten to add is free to attend. So if you haven't already registered and what Renan said has tempted you, you happen to be in Geneva or are able to make it to Geneva next week, then you can register. The tickets are free. So Renan, that's really, really interesting. You should say that. And one thing that struck me was you said that obviously you've got a background in packaging, you work across different industries in packaging. From your perspective as someone who works across packaging in different sectors, how do you see pharma packaging in some respects differing from the challenges from those in other sectors? I mean, you mentioned luxury and others, and obviously I've worked in FMCG as well. And like you said, packaging often is the brand because it has to stick out on the shelf so people can see it and pick it up. Obviously, it's very different for pharma-related products. So, as someone who's put together a new event for pharma, and obviously you've had to learn a lot about the pharma industry as you've done it, what do you see as some of the sort of key differences about packaging in pharma as opposed to FMCG and luxury and other areas that you work in?
That's a very good and interesting question. First of all, I want really to congratulate everyone that is involved in pharma, because pharma is a very, very difficult industry to learn about. I think you have so many different topics within pharma and so many different packaging and issues related to packaging in pharma. So you need to have like a specific type of glass for a type of vial. You need to have a specific drug delivery system related to that specific drug. You need to protect the usage regarding kids, intoxication, etc. So there are many variables that is not only protecting the product or moving the product from point A to point B or advertising the product. So it's much more complex than other types of packaging. The regulations as well, they are much deeper and very specific. And building a trade show on pharma, the hardest thing is to starting from scratch and building a database and building a client base on the visitor side of the business is very hard, because within a big company, a big pharma company, you have like thousands of people involved in the buying process. And it's very hard to pick and choose who's going to come to your show. Whereas if you launch a trade show in the FMCG industry, it's much more straightforward. You have the technician, the package technician, you have the guys from supply chain. You also have the figure of the contract manufacturing, but in a lesser extent compared to pharma. But one trend remains across every packaging show, which is sustainability and also digitization. Those two trends are the top trends for every packaging industry.
Brilliant. And one other thing came to mind, and this may be an unfair question. So if you can't, because I'm only throwing these out of the blue, viewers, we haven't prepared these questions. So again, having worked in the other packaging sectors, is there anything you think pharma could learn from the other sectors from a packaging perspective?
That's a very tricky question.
Because I know regulation would be prohibiting in a lot of the stuff.
Yeah,
do, but
I think I will be able to to answer this question better as time goes by and I'm more in depth into pharma. But one thing I think pharma can learn, the luxury industry and the FMCG industry, they are taking sustainability very seriously. I'm not saying that pharma isn't, but I see that luxury and FMCG, they have like big projects on circularity and also the use of plastic and the use of different materials, and it's like on top discussion in this segment. And like luxury, everything is about making the package look nicer, and they use a mix of materials that is actually very hard to recycle in the end.
Sure.
And the luxury industry is changing. The luxury industry is actually learning how to manage different materials and how to recycle them, how to make the economy more circular. And I think the pharma companies can learn from them as well, because they face these challenges every day and it's core to their product.
Sure. I also think, though, the point you made, though, is obviously if you look at those other markets, they're driven by consumers, aren't they, to a large extent? And the consumers' attitude has changed so much in terms of sustainability. Whereas I suppose within pharma, the consumers are the patients, but they also are the pharma companies themselves who are making the products in the first place.
Yeah.
So you've got two tiers of consumers, and they have to sort of weigh up the benefits, the cost benefit analysis when they do all of that stuff. Well, that's brilliant. Well, look, it sounds like it's going to be a great event. I mean, I have to say, and I say this completely honestly, that the marketing that you've done for the event is fantastic, because I can't go on LinkedIn without seeing someone promoting the event, whether it's you guys or the suppliers or everyone else. You've done a great job getting everybody on board with that. So well done on that. I'm sure it'll be a great success, and I look forward to attending next week. So is there anything you'd like to add about the event before we close up?
Yeah. It's a pleasure to serve the pharma market, first of all. I became a very big fan of the pharma market, and I have passion for this industry now. And we are all in love with the event that you're going to see next week. So first, I want to thank every single pharma buyer that is going to attend the event next week. And also, you will make a difference in many lives because we are supporting an organization called STÄUBLI in Geneva. And we will hold an exhibition also called Same But Different, which is purely related to rare diseases. So for every person that crosses the door of Palexpo to attend Connecting Pharma, we will donate 5 Swiss francs to the research of rare diseases and repositioning of drugs for rare diseases. And this is our way to say thank you to all the pharma companies attending to the show. Second, I want to say thank you to every single exhibitor that put their faith on us to deliver a great show. It's always a bet when you do a first edition of a launch show.
Sure.
And I can tell you, we've been working night and day to make this happen. And that's why you see so much promotion on LinkedIn from our side. And third, I want to thank you, Chris Run, for being such a great partner in this journey. We think you have an excellent coverage. The way you cover the market is creative, is unique. And I just want to say thank you for having this 20-minute chat with me.
Well, it's a pleasure, and genuinely it is. And it's great to work with media organizations who understand the industry and understand communications as well, because it is about communications at the end of the day, and helping inform people more about what they can do and the technologies out there. So I really look forward to the event next week as well. And obviously I wish you lots of success with the event next week as well. So there you go, viewers. If you haven't registered yet, why not? If you're involved in packaging, go and sign up now if you're available next week, and you can attend. The link will be above the video. As I said, if you'd like to know more about the awards and the shortlist, click on the link above the video and you can see all the people who shortlisted. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you there next week. So Renan, good luck, as I said, to the build up. The last few days before a show are always the most exciting, particularly when you get to the venue and they start building the stands and you put the carpet down. As I say to everybody, having worked on big shows, there's nothing more satisfying than the morning of a show when the carpet's down and you walk the floor and everything is ready to go before the doors open. I mean, and you realize that you and your team have done that, and it's an amazing feeling. Unless you've done it, I don't think you can appreciate what a feeling you get when you do that. So good luck with that. And I look forward to seeing you. And viewers, thank you very much for watching. And as I said, I look forward to seeing you there next week if you're there. And until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe.